Hello, friends. Let's talk about ordering a camper from a dealer. It's a question I get asked quite a bit is what does it look like to order an RV? Well, as far as time frame, you're typically in the 6 to 8 week time frame. Now that can vary. You always want to check with your dealer because sometimes they might have had one that comes open. Maybe they had a cancellation from a dealer for some reason and now it's sitting in an open status. That doesn't happen very often, but can. And maybe you luck out with the production cycle where they're going to make a run next week. They can make an exception, get you on the schedule. It's always best to check with your dealer. But for the most part, you're probably looking about a month and a half to 2 months before that camper's built coming to the dealer as a general rule of thumb. Now, as far as options go, is there any customization? I get asked that question as well. There's really no variation in the floor plan. There's really nothing that you can do in terms of changing the floor plan around. However, there are a few options that are available. So on travel trailers, it's typically the color that they made is the color that you get for that year. You have some options when you get above 30 foot, you might have an option to get a second AC. Most dealers, in my experience, order it with the second AC, but maybe an option to get a second AC, maybe slide toppers, although dealers are pretty good at installing. So in terms of ordering a travel trailer, there's really not a lot of options that are available. Maybe an extra solar panel or solar package that they might offer, but for the most part, what you see is what you get. Now, when you get to fifth wheels, especially a little bit higher end fifth wheels and some motorhomes, you get into some different options. So full body paint may be an option. It's a little bit of a pricey option. You're probably looking around, I think the going price now is around 15. I've seen as high as 22,000 MSRP to get a full body paint, depending on the size. But somewhere in that 15 to 20 range, you can get a full body paint. It's an automotive paint, no decal. It's a pretty incredible thing, but expensive. The other thing is you might be able to get an LP generator for a fifth wheel, for example. And so a generator could be an option. Again, another expensive option, but if you're going to take it on the road and you're not going to be camping at campgrounds per se, maybe something you want to consider. And then the other option might be additional solar where you can run some things off grid. Again, those options are kind of pricey, but depending on what it does, may be worth it for you. But those are the options. Again, you might on a fifth wheel have an option for a light colored furniture versus a dark colored. Sometimes you get into some different furniture options. The higher up on the food chain you go on travel trailers, what you see is what you get. Now, that being said, you will probably pay more for an ordered unit. And the reason being is because of the Middle East conflict, tariffs, gas prices. And so a lot of the components on RVs are made in China. And so you think about maybe a AC or a refrigerator that is manufactured in China. It has to come across a boat over to, say, the West Coast. And then it is shipped from the ports in the West Coast, California, Seattle, different places, over to northern Indiana. Well, gas prices a couple of months ago for diesel over there was around $5 a gallon. I've heard now it's $8 a gallon. So the price of an ordered RV is just going to cost more than what it's going to be if you buy one off a dealer lot. Now, what are some valid reasons to buy one or to order one versus having it on the dealer's lot? Again, maybe it's not optioned quite the way you would want it. Maybe you want a second AC and that one didn't have it. The dealer, they didn't order it with a second AC prep, so therefore the dealer can't install it. So you would have to look at ordering one. Maybe on a fifth wheel, you want a full body paint option or you want the generator. So again, those would be options in reasons why you would want to order. Another reason maybe the one on the dealer lot, maybe it's been there a little while and it's got some decals that are starting to fade. It looks like that maybe the tires are starting to dry rot. It just has got some cosmetic issues. Maybe it's had a bunch of people walk through that unit and it just doesn't feel right. Maybe looking at ordering might be a good option for you. Just know that you're going to pay a little more than the one that's been sitting on the dealer lot. Warranty's not going to change. So if you buy one off a dealer lot, even if it's like a last year's model, warranty goes in effect the day that you buy it. But there may be some valid reasons why you would want to order one versus buying off the dealer lot. So guys, again, 6 to 8 weeks, pretty standard. Now, I will say if you add a full body paint, that usually adds about another 4 to 6 weeks to the total build, because it's a pretty intense process to get that full body paint added. Really appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, please reach out. Thanks for watching. God bless.